Okay, so as you can see here, I have created a Smartboard presentation using the Smartboard program. This was used throughout my lesson to teach students the new content about collecting and recording data, presenting data, and I think it moves on now to probability. You can see that throughout this presentation, there have been visuals used, there has been text used to help students explain it, and there's been some interactive activity, but I'll explore that in a little bit more detail as I go on. So this was just activating the prior knowledge for this part of the lesson. It then moved on to introducing the new concept, so probability, to the students. Now this is a mathematics lesson and it was around the essential learnings covering the chance and data strand. Here it gives the students a little bit of an explanation of what they're looking at and definition. So this caters to the linguistic style of students. Here we're catering to the linguistic and the visual students, and here we're also catering to the kinesthetic learners because they could come up during this lesson and use the interactive whiteboard and the pens and their fingers to drag these items into the place they thought it would go on the probability scale. This was really engaging for students and they really enjoyed it. It got them to explore with it whilst also teaching them about the content. Here we introduced another new concept and included some interactive activity as well. We looked at an example and used this dice to explore it and explain it with the students, which helped them grasp the concept a little bit better, I think. Moves on, there's a lot of content that the students needed to learn throughout this lesson, and I think they picked it up. Here we looked at another example with an interactive spinner and got them to answer the question based on what they'd just learnt. So that keeps going on, the presentation keeps going. Here we've given them an activity. Now they do this in groups and their groups have been chosen throughout the lesson, but the preparation before this activity had to occur. Now in order for this to occur, other ICTs were used during planning, and these ICTs included Paint, cropping of pictures, using Microsoft Word, printing software, and using laminators. So first of all, we used a picture like this. It was all together as one. And then I have had to get each letter and crop them and make them so that they're easy for the students to read and use in their groups. Now this was done using Microsoft Word. So here's Microsoft Word here, and you can see that each letter has been cropped from the picture that you've seen before. So they've all been cropped so that they're all in different spaces and they're easy to cut out. From here, I printed this document and then cut them all into sections so that A was by itself, E was by itself, etc. I then used a laminator to laminate these so that they can be used in the future and that so that they didn't get ruined during this activity.